And welcome.
I have tea.
Tea.
To this episode of Sunrunners. Dave has tea, everyone. Let's give him a round
green
of applause.
pomegranate tea.
Yay, Dave.
So proud of your tea.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sunrunners. Episode number 9, right?
9.
Yes, 9. Episode number 9. Almost double digits already. A couple announcements before we start. Check out thenerdasylum.com/sunrunners, and if you're enjoying this show, or you have enjoyed it, or you don't enjoy it, let us know how you feel about the show by leaving a review on thenerdasylum.com/sunrunners. Super easy. You don't have to have an iTunes account. You don't have to have anything special, just any social media. You can log in and leave us a review on our website. We are currently looking for partner communities, so if you run a community or know somebody who runs a community, we are looking to partner with other nerdy communities and have them featured on our page. So if you go to thenerdasylum.com/communities, you'll see that we have a brand new forum, and we have recommended communities. So we're looking for people to partner with on that. If you're interested in that, get in touch with us via social media or contact@thenerdasylum.com. Yes, that is the right email. If not, we have a contact form on our website, so contact us via that. Join us on October 30th for Horror Fest. We're going to have a all-night long scary, spoopy games. You can come join, play along. I'm hoping to play some Phasmophobia, as well as, Dark Descent, maybe Friday.
What's Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia
awesome.
is a 4-player co-op ghost hunting game. You use spirit boxes and all kinds of...
It hit top seller in Steam.
Yeah.
But does it slap?
It does slap. It slaps the ghost right out of you.
I'm going to have to play some with you. On horror night.
Yes, on horror night. Join us for those thick booty ghosts and...
Inside joke.
Yeah, make sure you join us on November 7th, because we're doing a 24-hour charity stream for Extra Life Game Day. This game is a continual Extra Life charity game. You can affect the game by donations. So if you clink the link below,
Link the link
on this page, you'll be taken to our Extra Life page where you can see what kind of incentives you can donate to the kids at Dell Children's Hospital and affect the game in such a way where you can summon the Coalition, which they haven't really officially met yet. So, if you wanted to do that, they could, run into the Coalition. So you can also gift the party level ups, Wondrous and trinkets, and all kinds of awesome sci-fi gear, as well as summon a Thwirl. So
a squirrel?
a Thwirl.
I've always wanted to mine a squirrel.
Summon a swirl?
You can summon
Daffy Duck?
Nope, that is a creature inherent to dark matter campaigns. A Thwirl, it does look like a squirrel, but it is a space squirrel. And this particular Thwirl's name is Thackeray.
Oh boy.
Well, what
We better level up first.
So, feel free to jump in and donate at any time for the Children's is already plural. Children of Dell Children's Hospital.
So many children.
This is going to be a great night. I'm already stuttering and stumbling over my words.
And thanks for joining the stream, everybody.
Bye. No.
Oh, I am still recruiting for my game that I just kind of announced the other day. It is going to be a full-on Middle Earth to 5e game.
Oh, for the
that
November
is
7th thing.
So cool.
November 7th. Yeah, it's going to be like 2 hours on November 7th. It's 100% conversion from Lord of the Rings to 5th edition. So there's just new classes that involve the same roles, but it's the same thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so if you're interested in playing, send Dave a message, or how do they sign up for that?
I roll for second breakfast.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, send him a message, I suppose.
Only if we're going to Weathertop.
Okay. So, with all the announcements out of the way and 16 minutes into the broadcast, let's start with the game, shall we?
Wait, we're still playing
Oh,
tonight?
is that why we're here?
Yep. We're going to pick up where we left off. So, last we left off, you all finally made it to the top of the pyramid to meet with Hecate, and you have brought some of the bishops with you of the cult of Hecate, who have volunteered to be the sacrifice. If you remember, 2 of them are 100% willing, and then the rest of them you just kind of brought with you. One of them you discovered was causing trouble and brought him with you as well. And then he had a brother that was 3 cockroach-type people with human faces in a trench coat that also insisted that they join you on this adventure. So you made it up to the top of the pyramid, and you are now standing in the presence of a mummified Hecate sitting on a throne with the 2 manticores one on each side, and there are no other sacrificial people there. You noted that the area was completely empty and not... Oh, that was loud. Sorry. Did not mean to startle you.
Darth Vader exits. Hades, I am your father.
Oh god.
That's not true.
So yeah, you have made it to the top, and you have your friends with you that you have brought along, and the mummified remains of Hecate.
How long do we have until the ritual?
Are you asking me, the DM, or are you
Yes,
asking?
yes,
Okay,
asking you, the DM. Sorry.
that's okay. You probably have, because you had set your timer, right? Somebody had set a timer. I think Quinn had set a timer, right?
Yeah, I keep
gotta
track.
count
I
down.
try to keep track of that stuff.
So Quinn, you'll notice that there's probably about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the timer before your timer goes beep beep beep.
I'll let you know, Hades.
Thank you. All right. I will kind of walk to side with the with Hecate Hecate's right hand man. I won't take him with him, but I will keep him in eyesight. But I was just trying to move further away so he's not in earshot of what I'm about to say to him.
Okay. Yeah, you get to the point. This pyramid is probably about 150 by 150 square feet. And she sits directly in the center, and then there's that kind of doorway portal thing that kind of sits in the back that
Right.
the Cyclops individual came through the first time.
All right. I'm not exactly one. I'm not exactly one for holy vengeance per se, but there were some innocent lives taken because of this individual. I'm
Oh.
assuming she's not going to just give him a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, no, they're excommunicated usually. And he goes when he says that.
Insert head here.
Thank you for warning me, but I'm just the speaker. I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Can I just? Will I be able to have a word with her before she, or is she just immediately a vengeful woman?
Oh no,
Just
she's
immediately.
aware of what goes on. So like, if you talk to her before, well, you better be quick, because if you talk to her before, she'll know.
Will she hear me now, or?
I mean, you're kind of whispering, but if you like walked up to her and spoke to her, she'd like know.
What about the manticores?
Or just don't like get up on her. Just
Oh, okay.
you see the little tiles on the floor. If you could probably maybe go 4 tiles away from her and be okay. I wouldn't go any further than 4 tiles though.
Thank you. I will nod to him, look over to my compatriots, then look over at the guilty party.
Okay.
My eye kind of twitches, and I will walk until I'm 4 tiles away from her.
Okay. At this point, you probably have another like 45 seconds before before his alarm goes off. Boop boop.
I'm gonna go like this.
I will speak in Celestial,
Okay.
and I will ask her to not immediately give an immediate, swift death to the accused.
Okay. The Manticore. I'm sorry, Dave. We can see you speaking, but we can't hear you.
Mike, are you being quiet, or you're just like, "Hey," in Celestial?
Loud enough for her to hear me, but not exactly making it presence to the entire room.
Boos is having a hard time with whatever's outside there.
Oh, buddy.
So you're saying it loud enough for her to hear, but you're not booming it through the hole.
Yeah. I was like, yo, so if you could just like, that'd be great.
Okay.
At least not immediately. But yeah.
You don't see any visual reaction to you speaking,
Right.
but the Manticores have kind of like taken notice of where you're at, and you see them watching you as you approach. And then, since you didn't approach any further than 4 tiles, they're just kind of sitting there, keeping an eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have anything they want to do before the 45-second beep goes off on Quinn's? No? Okay. So, Quinn.
Sorry. I'm going to have my recording device on as things get like awkward. I'm not gonna try to hide it either. I'm just gonna be like, awkward. Should probably turn this on in case something happens, because there's supposed to be some like unknown event in 45 seconds. And then I'm just having I'm gonna unzip my duffel bag that I carry with my special Christmas gifts in them, but I'm not gonna take anything out. I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Okay. Yeah, so you unzip it and hold on to the bag and are prepared for something. All right. At this point, your Omni Tool alarm goes off. Beep 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 beep. And the bishops that are all there, not the accused, not the guilty, but the ones that you have brought, begin to kind of chant, and they bow their head and cover themselves up with these little robe hood things that they have. And you hear this like low hum begin to happen. And they take 4 spots, one to the northwest, one to the northeast, one to the southwest, and one to the southeast. And then the 5th person walks up right directly in front of Hecate. And they continue to chant.
Is it like Hymn of the Faith, Final Fantasy X style?
So after about 40 seconds of this chanting going on, the room becomes completely dim. And then it becomes very dark, and you can't see anything around you. Even if you have dark vision, which some of you do, some of you don't, you can't see anything. It's completely dark. Darker than darkness. It's like almost like you're in a void.
Would I pick anything up with my thermal vision?
You're kind of switching between your visions, and as you kind of brush into your thermal, there's nothing. It's not even like cold.
So there are no temperature fluctuations.
You can't even really see any temperature. It's just like, it's almost like your thermal has malfunctioned and there's no color. Like in cold, it's like blue, and then the hot is like red, right? It's blackness. It's like your thermal vision doesn't pick anything up.
It's almost like EMP'd or something where it's just
right.
shut
You're
down
still functioning,
right? But functions,
but
visual functions are cut down. Okay.
Adriana goes,
your little bug friends you can hear them kind of like skittering, and then the skittering stops, and it sounds like they're just kind of like, and they're kind of like floating away from you. It sounds like, as their legs are they're kind of like gaining distance. Oh, hi, cat.
Oh, lost Amy.
ow.
And then there is a really small pinpoint dim light that you can all kind of begin to focus on. And it seems like it's in the center of the room where Hecate was sitting. And it gets brighter and brighter, but it's still pinpoint. And then it bursts outwards and becomes really bright. And as it bursts outwards, you can see like stars twinkling and flickering. There's no sense of walls or floors, and you feel kind of weightless as you're all just kind of floating in this space where there's light in the distance that look like stars. And in the center, where Hecate is sitting, there's no body, there's no form. It's just a bright light. And Elias, you would notice as you kind of look around and you feel like you can kind of get a sense for where you're at in this like space.
Mm-hmm.
The bright light where Hecate was sitting seems to be like the center of the galaxy. It seems like she is representing the sepulchre star.
Wow. Okay.
As you're floating in this void, there are 4 more points that begin to kind of brightly kind of come up, and it looks like a huge humanoid figure filled with millions of tiny little pinpoints of light. So these little stars look like they've kind of congregated into humanoid figures, and then the 5th one kind of lights up into this humanoid figure, and all the stars around kind of dim a little bit as these humanoid figures come into play. And there's a loud, booming kind of voice that just fills this void. It doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere, it seems to be coming from everywhere. And
Welcome to Wendy's.
Would you like fries with that?
You like fries with your death?
Fries are the death.
Slurpees for everyone.
And the voice says, in a voice that Hades you would recognize because you have heard this voice in your head before. Those who are willing, please step forward. And then the humanoid figures that are like all these lights kind of lose their shape as they kind of filter out from the bottom out. Like the feet begin to kind of filter and then circle and orbit around this center star. And they all seem to do this at the same time, so that there's this big swirl of all these tiny little pinpoints of light that looks like this sepulchre star is absorbing these lights. Like the stars are kind of orbiting, and the sepulchre star kind of pulses woo, woo, and then gets brighter, and everything fades and turns back to that black. And you start to feel this weight pull you back down, and you feel your feet kind of set back down gently on the ground. And the lights begin to kind of fade up, and you can see that you're now in the pyramid again.
I would say during all that, my eyes would probably match what is happening, and I would, Hades would be, like if anyone looks at him, you'll probably see like tears going down his face.
Yeah. You hear the thump, 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 and then skitter, skitter, and if you look over, you can see them kind of like scatter next to each other, and they're all just kind of hugging each other. Like, what the fuck was that? And they're all cowering together in this group, like cluster of beetles at this point. And
Everyone that was in the room before still in the room?
No, the bishops are all gone.
All the bishops?
All 5 of
They're
them.
just gone.
They are gone.
Well, no, it was like only 2 of them that we brought that were.
You brought the 2 that were willing, and then you had there were a total of 7 people that stepped forward.
Yeah.
You brought the 5.
2 were
2 were willing. The other 3 were kind of not too sure of it.
But they made the cut.
Yep. Looks like they got
Put me in, coach.
So all 5 of those people are now missing. The guilty person is still there. He just experienced this as well.
Is Hecate all cool now?
Sitting at the throne is a beautiful woman. Long, dark hair, braided to one side, pulled down and around. She has the same crescent moon. You can see that the mummified remains that were there have been reinvigorated, but you also see on each side is another head, looking to the left and looking to the right, and then she's got a head in the center.
Squish.
Man, she is high maintenance.
Angry face.
So they kind of click, and one head kind of looks. The head to the left kind of takes the center spot, and the other 2 kind of rotate around, and the one on the left kind of looks at all of you, and then it clicks back and clicks to the other side, and that head looks at all of you, and then it clicks back to the central head. And she says to everyone, "Welcome to the Triana Outpost, Bannekars, and thank you for helping to find our defier. As you wish, I will not deliver punishment immediately."
Thank you.
I'm sure you have many questions, and as I promised, you may receive 3 answers. And at that point, the head turns to the left, revealing a head that's younger looking. It's the same facial features and everything, but she looks younger. She says, "Ask your question about the past." My name is Tim.
I will say, why are we here in the past?
Ooh.
You are here to make sure the future sees fit. Is that what I wrote down? You are here to make sure the future sees its course.
Okay.
And at that point, the head clicks to the center head. "Ah, nephew, please, ask your question about the present."
Out of game, I'm trying to figure out, like, does she mean this present?
Now, are we present? Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was gonna say like,
I'm like 10,000 years in the future present. Like, I'm confused.
I don't know.
Does this make him like Space Ebenezer Scrooge or something like that?
Is he wearing his? We come back from the void and he's wearing pajamas,
This little hat,
slippers.
It's still Christmas.
That's
Can I insight on like what she means by present? Because like that was kind of I was trying to wrap my head around.
Is Tiny Tim still alive?
I'll let you roll an insight. Yeah.
8. Oh shit, sorry. 21.
You get the sense that her present is now, and that's what she's referring to. So this is the present for her.
Right.
So that's what she's referring to.
What is our next course of action? Is there an enemy we're supposed to fight, or?
She kind of looks you up and down, Hades. She's like, "This would be your question for the future.
Oh, okay.
Please ask your question about the present."
That was my question. Out of game. Any suggestions? Because like I can't think of anything. Because that like originally was my question for the present. Like, what am I doing here? Like,
Oh gosh, I don't know about a present question.
I don't know.
Why are we here?
You already asked that.
all right,
Yeah.
we're here to set course. Like I asked, like why we're in the past, and she said we're here to make sure the future happens. And for the present.
Oh, you could ask, do our actions like right now affect the outcome of or stuff?
Or is it predetermined?
Yeah, or is this predetermined or like destiny stuff or yeah, can we make choices, different choices?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Was I always meant to come here, or has something happened to make me be here?
She replies, "There are infinite possibilities. I see them all. Your choices led you here, and they will determine your future."
Okay, so it's not Destiny bullshit.
And it cracks to the other side. "Ask your question about the future." I'm just kidding.
All right, y'all.
At this
Ask
point-
your question.
She does look much older. She has the hair has turned white, and it's she has lots of wrinkles in her skin on this face. And ask your question about the future.
What is our next course of action to get to the back to our time?
Your choices are not predetermined. You have many options to return to your time. But should you want to do it now and leave the past as it is, your time may not have validity. I would suggest that you take your actions in the now, so that your future may be secured. The Rothian invaders must be dismantled. Must be dismembered. Must be, what's the word? Fuck.
Dismantled is good.
They're not robots, though.
Destroyed.
Yes, must be
Dispersed.
dispersed. There you go. Thank you. Must be dispersed if you are to save your time. And the head kind of clicks back to the present.
Not a threat in our time.
Not that we know
No.
of, man.
But they might have caused something that made like a different threat in our time.
or we hadn't seen them yet.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the head turns back to the central head, and she stands up from the throne and starts kind of stepping down the steps. and gets even with you, Hades, at floor level. And the
How is she?
the manticores kind of wrap themselves around her, kind of protecting her, like they're like right next to her at this point. And she kind of walks up to you and, now that we have that taken care of, what do we do with the Defiler?
Death is too easy.
Have you experienced it?
Gotten close, but no.
Ah.
But I feel like there's no immediate justice. It's just
You wish for him to suffer?
I wish no one to suffer, but it happens throughout the galaxy, and I can't be everywhere. But I do think he needs to work off his crime.
Ah,
Serve time.
I think that is a brilliant punishment. And she raises her hand up, and from the center of her palm, this like black smoke fog-like thing just kind of swirls itself around and wraps itself around him. And he kind of like retreats and puffs into this smoke, and then as she pulls it back into her hand, he will serve many centuries in Purgatorio.
It might be worth to bring him out once in a while.
Just to remind him, you
To
ain't
remind
dead
the
yet.
others.
Yeah, I
punishment.
was thinking about like lifetime of community service.
Yes.
And maybe you let every relative of the people he accidentally killed just like yell at him for a good hour.
Yes, apparently my punishments are not doing enough.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm not. I can't really question.
Perhaps
I can't put people in my hands, so.
I look over to his brother.
They're all kind of like sitting there cowering in a corner. There's three of them kind of just like crumpled up against each other in this little like triangular hug, and they're all just kind of like almost terrified.
I kind of hold my hand to my auntie, and I walk over towards them, and I kneel down. Why did you want to come here?
What? To prevent that, but it's fine. We're good. Oh, I don't like
Why do you
that
care
feature.
so much for this individual?
It's my brother.
I don't know that.
He's my brother. There seems to be one that's talking, and the other two are just kind of like cowering next to it. The one that was on top, the face that you saw popping through the robe, is the one that's talking.
Your brother sent people to his death, to their deaths.
Yeah, but he also did good things. He brought me back.
Brought you back how?
Well, granted, this form isn't what we were before, but he did bring us back.
How did he do such a feat?
He's been studying Hecate's spells for a long time, and he thought he was onto something. And he practiced, and here we are. At that, Hecate kind of walks over to where you guys are at, and looks down. What is going on here? The bugs kind of get even smaller and kind of back up into a corner.
This center one, he says the individual was his brother, and that he studied your magic, and he brought them back, but as this.
this can be rectified. And she holds her hand over the center bug, and they look like they're absolutely terrified for a second. And a bright light kind of... I gotta raise my hand up, but you guys can't see what's down here. A bright light comes out from her hand and kind of envelops these bug creatures, and you see the form kind of shift, and he stands up into a humanoid figure with large ears and a trunk, just like the individual that you have captured and has been eradicated into Purgatorio now. Oh, thank you, Lord Hecate. Thank you.
Do you think Purgatory is what your brother deserves to be?
It's better than the death, I'm sure. Who are we to question you, Lord Hades and Hecate? They kind of... Hecate puts her hand on your shoulder, Hades, and says, "Since you are here, and it has been so long since I've been home, perhaps you would like to take your turn on the throne."
Perhaps. Could we speak in private?
She kind of looks around. There is nowhere but this room.
Without metagaming, would she know the trick of like doing God, what's that spell? Private Sanctum?
She might know how to do that, yes.
You could also just be like, "Hey, everybody, we get."
Yeah, Hades, if you want us to leave, we could just leave.
Yeah, we can like just go and wait for you at the bottom of the elevator.
That'd be great.
Okay, everybody out.
It was a pleasure meeting you all. She raises her hand and she kind of does like a sideways wave.
Yeah.
It was so cool to meet you too. Thank you for everything and stuff. And you're really cool and pretty. Okay, bye.
Thank you, she says. And then the head turns. Thank you. Thank you.
That actually looks a lot more gross in my mind.
So what is it you wanted to discuss, nephew? As you're riding down the elevator, everyone else.
I'm running in place, actually. I have to get my steps in for the day.
Okay.
I don't think I'm powerful enough to do what is required for this station.
Very well. I shall retain my spot on the throne, but you will need to take my place in the battle against the Wrath. Join your father and fight alongside him.
I'm more than willing to do that, but I also feel that if this is going to continue, there must be other ways to protect the station.
If you know of another way, please share it with me.
You keep this place with oxygen, right?
And nitrogen, and hydrogen, and sulfide. As well as the cloaking that keeps this place undiscovered by the Wrath.
What if I was to give you plans from the future? Stuff that can provide that.
The head kind of rotates to the future head. We have seen these plans, and they will not work as you intend. And the head rotates.
Lot of room on the Bannekar. and disease clearing problems.
Is
Well,
there?
yeah.
I don't. I think there's too many people to be on the Banneker. There's like 300 plus people in it.
Oh, there's more than 300 here on the Triana Outpost. Yeah, this is pretty populated. There's probably a good couple thousand people that live here
Yeah, I don't.
and
I think we can.
come and go
I know
from
our
here.
ship is like a skeleton crew, because the future technology needs less people, but like, I don't think we have enough room to fit everyone here.
You should ask her about the vaccine though, and see if that's okay. Like, if that's an okay thing to do, maybe. If she'll answer, I don't know.
Well, I will try to fight alongside my father, and we'll find him.
Follow the trail of destruction, and I'm sure you'll locate him.
Very well. I will try to convince the Banneker to do this. To fight the Rothians.
Too much longer, and they won't have a choice. She kind of returns, walks, kind of ushers you along with her, and walks back towards the throne. And the manticores are kind of like weaving in and out. And she kind of turns as she's stepping up the steps and I have many things to do now, but you can stay here on Triana Outpost as long as you like and consider it a place of refuge if you need a place to hide.
Thank you. Would you have to do the would you have to do the ritual anytime soon?
Not for another year.
Very well.
What's a year for them?
Yeah. Good question. What's a year? Is it 3 months from now, or?
Just because they keep saying generations, I don't know what that translates to.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot that's a thing. The binary star system here, we rotate around it every, 473 days.
Cool.
Hours here are a bit different as we have two suns that rotate, so a day will last about 37 hours.
Take these calculations and run it through our computer as our doomsday clock. But I know I've only was given the 3 questions, but I just never knew where my powers came from, and now I'm a demigod, or potential to be a demigod. I don't.
You are part celestial. But don't let that go to your head. We are worshipped as gods on some planets, but on others, we are not as powerful. There are deities above us. There are stronger forces at work.
That makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
Consider that a freebie for my nephew. She winks at you. Then she begins to sit on the throne. Jonathan! The Cyclops walks up. If you will fetch me the list of things that I am to catch up on, I have a lot of things to do. Nephew, if you'll excuse me, the outpost needs me. Jonathan nods. You want me to walk you to the elevator, or do you know your way out?
I know my way out. I kind of look at my auntie because, like, not knowing only one half of my family, and just I kind of rub the back of my head and was like, "Can I hug you goodbye?"
She kind of stands up slowly and steps down. I suppose there will be no harm in that. And she opens her arms up for a hug.
I give her a hug.
As you approach, the manticores kind of growl and it's okay. She calms them down and reaches out, and you exchange a hug.
And I bow and wave to Jonathan and finger guns at the manticores. and I ride the elevator down.
Okay. As you ride the elevator down, everyone is kind of gathered around downstairs. They can see this elevator coming down with Hades in it. And you get to the bottom, and you're rejoined by your group, and you're all standing there, and you can see, because this thing is made of like this like glass like structure, right? So you can see outside. There is a large group of people that have gathered. There's probably 800 to 1,000 people that have gathered outside the gates of the promenade, and they're just like covering this place.
Oh. I'm probably gonna have to give a speech, aren't I?
As the elevator is coming down, Beats is like projecting this, like, you know, music, like to welcome, you know, a king or something. Da, 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 you know, as he comes out the elevator.
Like a big fanfare.
Yeah.
Leon.
So, and now, Lord Hades.
I was thinking like Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to the bottom and you're reunited after that music plays. What are you all doing now?
I hand Hades a tissue out of my fanny pack
Your fanny pack. I forgot
because
about
he was
that.
crying earlier.
I already wiped my tears. Thank you.
Well, you can have this for like later if you want it.
I'm fine. It's just, it was a lot of. I've had dreams like that before.
Really?
Not with the, you know, humanoid people becoming into the Sepulchral
No,
Star,
no,
but
no, no, but
I've had dreams of being floating there, you know, looking down at it.
so cool.
But I've never been to the center of the universe, but I always knew that it was the Sepulchral Star. But
I'm just looking at Elias this whole time as they're talking about the star.
I've gotten some more information about myself. But we need to get to the ship. And I have to catch you guys up on a lot. Ish. Not a lot, but it seems we are going to be needed to take care of the Rothians, or they will affect our future.
So, what are we gonna fight them? Or are we gonna have a conversation? What's the
Well,
plan?
I'm assuming fight, but if I know our prime directives, we're probably gonna have to try to talk first.
We don't have a warship.
No, we don't. But
We can make one.
if we do nothing,
We have titanium.
We have so much titanium,
Can we
and
build it?
we can definitely build
Hades
an
can
attach
turn into a
weapon,
gun.
and we can wire them up to the systems they need to be on. And yeah, I've got plans.
At level 3, I get booster jets.
Okay.
what does that mean? What do you mean level?
But he grows in power.
I think that it's also probably worth mentioning that before we figured out, like before we knew anything about the whole Rothian invasion that we still don't know anything about, we also are supposed to be getting a star chart for the
Do
captain
you need that star chart?
because we don't actually know how to navigate
Right.
anywhere.
You guys will probably have to go get that because
We can do
I'm
that.
pretty sure all those people are going to follow me everywhere. I might try to disperse and give a speech, but unless I look around, is there anyone around that any extras, any NPCs around that can we can ask like, is there a back door, like a secret tunnel that we can go through?
Oh, I asked that dude's brother.
Yeah, he came down the elevator with
You get us out of here, dude.
Oh, yeah, yes, I can follow me.
Thanks. Also, are you okay? Like, no hard feelings about your brother getting like purgatoried or whatever. Like, I'm super sorry. But
He's not
he
dead.
kinda was...
You saved him, actually. Because
Okay.
she would have eradicated him. Lord Hades, I do not know how to thank you. You both saved him and restored my form.
I like to try to bring balance to the galaxy where I can.
I owe you my life, and thus forth will give it willingly to serve you. Consider this a life debt of servitude.
Oh God.
It's just like,
I can be very useful. But, I will show you the back door. That is just the beginning of what I can do. Follow me. And he shuffles off. His
Hey, Hades.
his ears
or they have
flapping.
clothes on. I have to know. Are they dead or do they have their clothes on?
You see cheeks.
What?
Beats kind of leans over to Quinn and he's like, I wonder if he can play that trumpet.
You should ask him.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've done enough
Maybe later.
walking around today.
Can you make trumpet sounds out of your nose?
Yeah.
Yes! That's so cool.
Did you sample that beat so you can use it later?
Yeah, record. He's like,
Nice.
Nice.
Hey, Hades, did your I don't know if I say this and your aunt can like hear me, or if she already knows that I'm going to say it because she's already seen the future. But was your aunt mad that you acted like your dad?
She
She
didn't,
didn't
see
seem
me. Can I roll like a pass insight?
She didn't indicate, she didn't give you any reason to think so.
Didn't.
She didn't mention it. She didn't say anything about it.
We hugged it out. I mean, I don't think she was angry at me. She didn't
Wow.
specify it. I mean, I didn't.
Cool.
I didn't go. I think it's understandable since I didn't go crazy. Be like, haha, yes, all you handmaidens, come with me, and
You didn't abuse your
Oh,
power.
you want
I
some
didn't abuse it.
handmaidens, huh?
But no, I was using that as a okay.
Just
I
kidding.
follow ass cheeks.
Yeah, so he leads you kind of to this
He had a name, doesn't anymore.
back door area. And there's a door that slides open and kind of rolls, and it leads into this back promenade that leads into this like bush maze where the bushes are like, I don't know, 6 feet tall. And he kind of leads you through this
You
maze.
can just like see over it.
I'm over there.
Just hide.
Meanwhile, I'm like, cool trees.
And he gets
Plant life is so tall.
he kind of goes through and he gets to a place where he leads you to a dead end. And he goes, "Oh, okay, where is it? And he starts like fumbling around with the branches, and then you hear a click, and it kind of
It explodes.
Damn it! Who didn't roll for traps?
the bush kind of like shakes a little bit and then goes down, and you realize that these bushes are all made of like metal material, and they slide down, so they're not even like organic bushes. They're just like this like metal bush looking maze.
Are they like really? Is it like a slab that kind of has bushes like etched onto it, or is it like a metal, very finely crafted branch and leaf bush?
It's more like a solid metal piece that's been like bas reliefed to look like bushes. Like the leaves have been kind of etched in and carved 3-dimensionally into the metal. But if you put your hand on it, it's like a solid piece of metal.
Boring. I'm gonna make a robot tree. Anyway, let's go.
So that kind of goes down, leading you to the street that kind of leads back to the dock. And then it kind of closes shut. Is there anything you need me to lead you to? I would be more than willing to do so.
I will probably need you to lead me back to where do we dock at?
I don't know, but we need to go talk to that lady.
I do not know
Yeah, no,
because I was not
like,
there.
I'm gonna go back to our drop ship, because if I'm seeing anywhere, it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's Lord Hades over here, and everyone's gonna be like,
You want to borrow this big robe? I'm still wearing the big robe.
I forgot you
I
had the
forgot
robe.
about the room.
yeah. I was like, well, okay, yeah.
It's got a hood and stuff. You could totally hide under there.
Totally.
All right. Yeah, you don't even look like yourself, Lord Hades. This is perfect. So, where am I leading you to?
We need to go see a ship captain by the name of.
Oh, our ship captain. Okay, not our ship captain. The
One
A
that
lady.
Sure.
Yeah.
1 second.
Well, I
Any
don't
more them star charts?
I don't know about that lady, but
Attilia Arthurford. Arthurford.
Yeah.
Arthurford. I don't know the name, but I can take you to the docks.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
fine.
Are the docks and the hub the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I'll let him lead us there.
Okay, follow me. And he leads you through the streets, buck naked.
Oh, he's naked?
So are all three of them coming with us, or just him?
There's only one now.
There's only one now.
Wait,
The three of them turned into one creature.
Oh.
Maybe that guy should have the robe.
Yeah,
So
I
he,
was
wait,
just...
so he was originally.
Bless you.
He was originally one person.
Hector bless you.
Right. It was one person, and then when he was transformed, he was brought back as three separate beetle pieces. And then when
And
she
now
brought him back, he's
one dude again.
one dude again.
Went from an elephant to a traveling circus back to an elephant.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. You know what? Here. I give him
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Thank you so Oh, he puts it on quickly. That is so embarrassing, Lord Hades.
Nah, it's more embarrassing for us.
It's
I will head back to our other guy. God, I'm bad with names right now because.
Are you going somewhere other than the dock? Should I?
Yes, I will be going other at the dock so that you guys can safely not get mobbed by other people.
Oh, okay. You
I'll
wish
go with
for
you.
me to lead them to the dock.
Yes.
Very
I
well.
will make my way back to God, what is his name? The one
Dorian?
we saved, huh?
Dorian?
Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian.
Dorian.
Yeah, who
Horn
saved
Reaver?
his daughter. Yeah.
Hornraver. You
Yeah,
should
But
Hey, Hades.
I will pull up my hood. I have a hood on my my half cape. I will pull up my hood and try to.
Hades, you should well, you guys are heading places. You should see what you can find out about the Rothian. Anything, frankly.
Yeah, I will ask our house guest if he's there.
Yeah. That
But,
might
you-
be
you
of
can ask
value.
her- you can also ask the captain. I'm pretty sure she
Sure.
has to avoid them during her smuggling. So,
Yeah. Some just seems like there's bound to be a run-in.
yeah. Maybe
Okay.
this episode, I don't know.
So we're splitting the party. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. I will meet you. I will lead you to the docks. Follow me. And he scuffles off.
And I'll see you guys at Dorian's.
Hey,
Sounds good.
So, everyone other than Hades goes to the docks, and you get there, and you see that. Oh. Okay.
Oh, Elias, did you go with Hades or you stay with us?
I realized that I probably need me for the charts and the data.
Ah! Sirenscape
Okay.
crashed.
no.
Oh no, Matt.
I think his cat's being a cat.
Matt crashed.
That's
I'm
not what
still
it
here. I'm just yeah.
He speaks from the void. That's what it was like before when we were all in the darkness on
Mhm.
top of the pyramid.
There we go. All right.
The sepulchre star speaks to us.
Where did I go?
So Hades, what did before you leave, were you gonna tell us anything about what you and your aunt like?
Yeah.
Was it like a family thing and you just want to like kind of leave us out, or like did you know that you had family from 10,000 years ago? And you like that was this like the
No, I wanted to see if I can get more information and just also wanted to see if I could fix this whole there needing to be a celestial on the throne for them to survive. But uh, my plan is not going to work. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I know a little bit of my heritage. I am not this. I will look. I will look at the little guy. I was like, I will. We'll talk on it when there are less gears around.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem.
Because I don't want to fuck up the beliefs. Like out
Less-
of game, I don't want to fuck up the belief system.
Less smaller ears because he's got the big.
He has big ears, yeah. He's got pretty big ears.
That's why I said let's do it.
I'm gonna ask the bishop, former bishop, still a bishop.
He has not been demoted.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the bishop. Do we know his name?
Have not gotten his name. Nope.
Hey bishop. Sorry for not asking. I didn't happen to catch your name, and if you have a life debt to Hades, I figured we should probably like become
Yeah, we
fast
should like
friends.
know your name.
Oh, my name is Morn Omhelm.
Bishop Morn Olnhelm.
Ornhelm, yes.
Ornhelm.
Sorry, with the trunk sometimes I can't enunciate properly.
No, I can guarantee you it's a user error on my end. So Bishop Morn.
Yes.
When was the last time you remember seeing anything about the Rothians?
Oh, the Rothians attacked Corelia. It was probably 5-6 years ago. Yes, five or six. It's been a while.
And have they popped back anytime
No,
recently?
I'm sorry. It has been 7 festivals, so that would be 7 years because she does it once a year. So it was 7 years since we've seen the Rothians.
Got it. Yeah, I don't suppose you ever saw what one might look like, or have maybe pictures somewhere from maybe like transmissions from Corellia.
And, like we don't know anything
Oh.
about them. So any information we have, we just
Maybe like a museum. Like, is there
Yes,
like a remember this terrible event 7 years ago? Go here and check it out.
No, not here. We were very fortunate to have Hecate here when it happened, when they attacked Corelia. She shielded us from them. There are some people that come here that your captain perhaps maybe have run into the Rothians. They are very spread out in the galaxy.
I'll make sure to ask him. Great. Thank you so much. So yeah, we are gonna go to the hub.
Yes, I am leading you there.
In Hades, you're headed back to the Dorian's
Yes.
place. Great. See you there.
I will see you back here at Dorian's place, Lord Hades. Please take care of yourself and be well. So he begins to lead you all to the hub and gets you there, and you are now at the hub, and you see that there are lots of ships kind of coming into the port. You also see her rinky-dink, I want to say, pirate ship-looking spacecraft. And you see her directing traffic, and you see that she is currently unloading titanium ore.
Nice. Do you,
looks like it worked out.
Adriana, you want to take lead on this one?
No, you can if you want to.
Okay.
I just got excited because it looks like we didn't end up being liars.
Yeah. All right, I'll walk up. I struck the deal with. Is it a Atalia or Attila?
Attila.
Attila.
Oh, that's
I'll
right.
walk up to.
We sent her to. We told her where the mines were. Correct.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 6.5 feet tall, green skin, red hair, and an obnoxiously fluffy feather hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. I am going to approach the feather hat.
Eh?
And obviously bring the group along, wave the group along. No need to stand back. And I'll take a look, quick glance. How much titanium do I, just in this immediate vicinity, do I see? You know, is it like, does it look like enough to be, like, if it was one ship, how big would the ship need to be?
If she was okay, so you were in the mine, so you saw how much how much processed titanium was there, and you know how much ore was just laying there. And her size ship, it's probably going to take her 3 or 4 trips to unload all that stuff from the planet. Not to mention the stuff that still hasn't been mined.
Right.
If she goes after that.
Got it. So I'll come up. Wow. Attila, this was quite the haul for the first trip. I'm glad to see that those coordinates worked out for you.
Yes. Unfortunately, I lost several crew members, but this more than makes up for it.
I'm sorry, what?
What happened?
We were attacked by some creatures in the mine, but it's fine. I can always hire more crew members.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that.
I'm not. They were all assholes.
Oh, okay.
I saw that coming.
Who says you can't buy happiness, right?
I do
Well,
believe
with
I owe you star charts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I have a few other questions. Well, we have someone check the star charts, if that's okay.
Do you want more information?
Um,
Yeah, I suppose the haul I am getting, plus 3 or 4 more trips, I will divulge information to you. Come aboard, and she leads you towards the captain's area, up on the ship and down. She opens the sliding door. And do you have a way to plug into this and download the charts, or should I provide you with external storage?
Wi-Fi.
I'll look at
Do we?
Elias. I mean, I feel like Beats is literally the answer here. But
Yeah.
I'll look to Elias
I mean,
first.
I have an interface reg that should work, right?
With the technology that she is using, it's not a like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or anything like that. You will literally have to plug in.
I love that we use those terms. it's like so good.
Yeah.
Is it like
How
3.0,
would the-
Bluetooth 3.0?
You know, see, my
Not
interface
2.0.
rig, I can plug it and power things. I can use it to do a lot of different things. So I should be able to pull it, right?
I have Polearm Master. I can hit it.
If you can't,
I
I'm
will
sure I
give-
can find a way to
Yeah.
make it work.
I'm sure I have since I have collect all
All the
kinds of
cords.
old plugins and cords, like I pull up,
USB cord.
like pulling one out of my utility belt, you know.
Jack in Mega Man.
We we'll let the engineers over here see if they can't get something figured out, and if not, we might need to borrow some storage devices.
Oh, I got this. Don't you worry.
All right, I'm gonna let the group figure out how to do
Very
that.
well.
And when they're done, I'll ask her some questions.
So yes, you can do it one of 3 ways. You can retrofit a storage drive that you have. You can borrow a storage drive from her. You can plug in directly into their console. Or Dave, you can pull it onto your what's it called? The Omni.
Interface rig.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'll just plug it in and pull the information.
Okay, so you're pulling down the star charts.
Question.
Are you asking me, or are you
No,
asking
DM.
God?
God.
Okay,
Yeah.
now which god they were asking?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Are
We
you
got
asking? Yeah.
Yes.
Are you talking to Hades now?
Yeah. We got
I'm here.
half gods or
Joe,
Hey, yo,
I'm
I heard you
plugged
call.
into her, like, bridge system, right?
Yes, you are.
And I'm pulling the star
Sure.
charts. I'm thinking they're gonna take a little bit to download.
Mhm.
How how hard would it be to just start pulling miscellaneous data from her
So bad.
stuff?
It wouldn't
It's
be
so
difficult unless you were trying to be sneaky about it.
That's the sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you would have to roll a data roll.
Okay, so it's not like on the surface I could do that. It would be like I'd have to sit down and like dig in.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
She will catch me.
Okay. So you're
She
just
already doesn't have, like the haircut. Oh, not the Avery Raw.
That's why I'm not.
yeah. Her eye kind of keeps flitting over to you, and keeping an eye out. And you also notice that there is a another individual in the room who's like eyeballing you. It's like her first mate.
Yeah.
So, what information is it that you require from me?
Well, we had a few questions, and please don't let any of the answers, exceed what you feel that you're owed, or what you owe us, I should say. But the first one was, have you seen or heard anything about the Rothians in the past 7 years?
Yes, they are quite active. I have to avoid them fairly regularly. In fact, my ship may not look it, but it is the stealthiest ship in its class. She kind of smiles with pride. You wish for me to continue? You just
that's
asked
great.
if I had run
Yeah,
into them.
no, that's great. So you run into them frequently. Great. What do they look like?
Oh, well, provided you don't run into any of the failures, they all look pretty much the same.
Failure?
Yes, they are a genetic locust, if that's the word that you want to use. They will experiment with other species and try to create new branches. And sometimes it doesn't work well if they don't have enough source material, and those are called Rothian failures, and they can look like anything. Monsters, really. They generally don't look too pleasing. But
Sounds terrible.
yes, the
Sounds like
Primarchs
some of those things we saw down on the place.
down on what place?
Coralia.
You were down on Coralia.
Uh-huh.
Spent quite a
That's
bit of time
how we
there.
knew where the mine was.
That makes sense. Yes.
Is it not a vacation spot for people around here?
Not since the raid, no.
Got it. I was going to ask, this is a great place. The hub is fantastic. Are there other places that we should know about where we could maybe hole up or, find a bite to eat or get some work?
In the Poseidon system, there's not much left. You'll need to go outside of the system to find other habitable planets. There used to be a great civilization on Poseidon itself, but the Nautiloids no longer call that place home.
Final question, and then I promise I'll let you go. Actually, I'm sorry, 2 questions. The first one is, I have to acknowledge I was expecting to see more dwarves here. Have you seen any dwarves around the Poseidon system recently?
I have not run into any dwarves recently. About 2 years ago, I did see one here at the hub. Why do you expect to see them?
Well, a friend of mine that I was talking to had told me that there was some great dwarven crafts, so I was just curious as to, Anyways, last question. If someone was looking for weapons, someone being
Grain.
this guy, and we wanted to make sure that they were useful for people like ourselves, would there be a place that we would start looking?
I feel like this is a trick question. Are you looking for legal weapons?
I'm looking for effective weapons.
Perhaps we could strike a deal then. What are you looking for?
I was looking to look
Big boom.
because I'm a little new here, but not to brag, I can use any weapon in the game.
In the galaxy.
In the
Any
galaxy.
weapon in the galaxy.
I've been trained to use any weapon in the galaxy, and I do have a good friend who also I'm pretty sure also is equally trained. But the reality is, and I hope you'll appreciate this, and I'll look to my right and I'll look to my left and see that there's still clearly people around, and I'll say, without trying to be super quiet, there's a whole lot of divine and arcane magic going on around here, and I don't do any of that, and I'm gonna need some serious help. So I was just curious if maybe there was something a brother could do without, having to wave his hands and cast spells. Just a little tight on that right now, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you're in the same spot, and if you're not, then it's just me.
Yes,
I prestidigitate his shoe purple.
God, this is the third time.
Yes, no, I do not use any arcane or divine powers. Everything that I have been able to accrue has come from here. But I have maybe a few things you might be interested in. Follow me. And she kind of walks out of the cabins area and leads you down into a cargo bay. And she puts her hand on this little thing, and you can hear the scanning.
I think she's telling the truth when she says she's not a spellcaster.
Roll an insight.
Okay. 10.
There's no indication that she would be making that up. She doesn't seem to. She seems fairly confident in what she's telling you. So she leads you down into this little cargo area, and she scans her hand, and it opens up, and she waves for you to follow.
I'm going to tell the group I'll be back in 9 minutes.
Ooh, so specific.
Well, it can't take any more than 9 minutes, otherwise they'll come looking for me.
Oh, well, you better work quickly then.
That's the goal.
She takes you in to this room, and the door seals shut.
I just let the door. Okay, buddy. 9 minutes.
Just hoping someone.
For him. Is he just messing around? Or
Well, let's just
really...
go.
Is he that paranoid? What's Pete's?
So the door shuts behind you, and you're in this empty cargo room. You can see bits and little pieces of rock and dirt kind of scattered around. You assume this is where she stored the titanium ore before it was unloaded to bring it back. She leads you back to the bottom, or the very back of the ship, and she pulls open this little panel, slides it open. She puts her thumb on it, and then she looks in, and it scans her eye. And the floor kind of... And there's stairs there.
This is an awesome ship.
She leads you down to the bottom. And she claps her hands, and these lights come on. Revealing a full armory, almost, of all kinds of weaponry down here. Now... These are not exactly registered, but they are very effective. Is there something specific you are looking for, or just anything that explodes?
Well, to be honest with you, and I'll take my bag, and I'll unzip it, and I will take out to her what must look like a very futuristic-looking concussion rifle, and I'll say, "This is what I've had, and it's great for long distances. Power it up. But I'm looking for something that probably hits a bit harder.
Something for close range?
Something for close range.
Well, let me see. Hold on just a second, because those are on page 129.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. I don't have a ton of credits right now. Sorry, shells. I don't have a lot of shells right now. I think I have 15 shells. And I'm just gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look at what she's got. It seems pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Does it like how at quick count is it like dozens of weapons or like 10 to 20 or like 40 to 50? Like
As you're
is it
looking
like
down here, there's probably
armory?
Probably about 100 weapons.
Okay.
They range in
Good to know.
size from little blasters all the way up to what look like starship battle guns. There's like two of these little massive, or little massive. There's two of these massive cannon-looking things on each side of the wall that look like they belong on battleships.
Cool.
Like you wouldn't be able to carry these with you, but they range from small blasters, like small pistol blasters, all the way up to.
Yeah, not with that attitude. Okay. Okay. Excellent. And do you have as equal an inventory as this as you do in the defensive side of things? Any armor, or is it mostly just on the offense?
All the armor that we have appropriated has been put towards this vessel and the crew.
Got it. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you my coordinates. My digits. Beep boop bop boop bop. I'll tell her what it is. 8675309. And I'll say this is good to know. I've done a quick survey here. When I get some shells, I feel like our transaction, probably wouldn't go so far as for me just to take one of these off the wall. So when I get some shells, I'll come back and I'll find you and I'll let you know.
Seems fair enough. I may not be in this location, so I'm glad we exchanged digits.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, next time, if you're lucky, maybe we'll do this on my ship and I'll show you mine. And I'll put my concussion rifle back in the bag and I'll zip it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Windows, all the end of windows.
All right, I'm ready to go back to the crew unless Attila has something she wants to do.
And she's just kind of keeping an eye on you, just watching you, and
All right, I'm gonna
nodding
take
and
like
smiling.
6 guns, run as fast as I can. No, I'm just kidding. I'm back. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm just gonna take a general quick inventory. Just remember, hundreds of guns. She's super stacked. Armor is tied to the. Good. Okay, we get back to the group. I'll walk back up.
Yeah.
All right, Elias, are we ready?
I got what I need.
Okay.
Does she have any big weapons?
She's got a lot. What about hats? Do you have another hat?
No, where do you get your hats from?
Yeah.
This hat was actually from Captain Morang's. Yes.
He's not around anymore?
No, not at all.
Do you know where he got it made?
I do
Or
not
bought?
know. I took it from him.
Oh,
While he was still alive, no
you
less.
should have asked him.
He didn't have much time after I took it to speak.
Do you have any other hats? Like, do you have a
I've had no reason
haberdasher you
to
could
get
recommend?
any more hats, but there is a hat shop in the outpost.
Not fooling anyone.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fool anyone. There is a hat
I
shop.
I'd never get another hat if I had that hat.
Yes, I've never had need to. These feathers stay put very nicely.
I mean,
It fits just
outfits,
right.
Though.
It matches everything. Look at the colors. All these colors.
okay,
it goes with any outfit.
Okay.
Duke, the colors.
Kind of like my fanny pack. I got it. All right. Hey, can I ask you a question?
I suppose everyone else has. It's only fair that you do as well.
No, I mean, like, you don't have to, if everyone else has and they're, like, bothering you or whatever, and I definitely
It's not a
don't
bother.
bother
This
you.
has definitely been well worth my time, and you have provided me with ample shells.
That's
I'm
awesome.
almost ready to retire at this point.
Hey, cool. So, what do I know about our God? What do I know about our battle capabilities on the Banneker? What kind of weapons we got, if any?
The Banneker is not fully equipped with, like, it's not a warship. It has defensive capabilities, it has shielding, and it does have phasers and some, like, laser cannons. But those are mostly for, like, asteroids and stuff like that, not necessarily for ship-to-ship combat.
So, what would I have to do to buy the big ship weapons you have down in the place?
Just provide funding for them.
But you are about to retire, though.
Yes, but I'm still selling off my inventory. I'm not just giving it away.
That's true. Is information trading a way that I could provide funding?
Absolutely. What do you have of
Okay.
value?
Okay.
Hades is not a god. I'm just kidding.
No.
We can let's come back to that, Adrian. I think I have a few things that we can run down to make sure it's worth Atel's time.
Yes, and you can always contact me, as your friend here has my digits.
Wow, Quinn.
You have a twitch in your eye, friend.
Yeah, it's
You got something in your eye, bud?
Yeah, it's the sand on this Mars planet.
You're so
Hector's divine filters aren't keeping out all the small particles. There.
I prestidigitate his other boot bright yellow.
That's my socks are now striped.
Yeah. We really need some weapons. And I'd be super interested in them. So yeah.
Okay. We don't have
Just
any money.
just to put it out there, technically we do have money. Also, I know I'm not there, but we still gotta inform the captain that we have to fight a war. That so we should probably talk to them first.
Yeah,
we
and
just say,
I'm.
hey, we got these weapons for you.
I also want to whisper that I think I may have found another interesting spot for us to explore.
Ouch.
That may lead Attila to provide us with lots of weapons.
Okay, you whisper that to the group.
Yes. Obviously, the NPC cannot hear me because I'm whispering it.
Yeah.
Whispering so good.
Yeah.
Hope she can't read lips. Okay.
Observant feet. Ta-da. Okay.
Well, if you have gotten your star charts and you are satisfied with the information about what I carry on the ship, do not share that with anyone else, Quinn.
Of course.
Then
Locked.
consider yourselves lucky, and you have found yourselves an ally in me. Contact me when you have the funding, and I will provide you with what you require. Until then, and she takes her hat off, and the little pieces of hair that were kind of matted down into the hat kind of puff out. She bows down. I bid you adieu, and she kind of puts the hat back on and smushes it down into her hair.
Obviously bow deeper, with the rolling hands. All right. Anyone else say anything at the hub?
Okay, so you guys leave
right.
the ship, and you
We're
head
going-
back
yep,
towards Dorian's.
To Dorian's. Okay, as we're heading back,
Yes.
I'm going to talk to Adriani. I'm talking to anyone that wants to come in on this one, but Adriani in particular. Adriani, excuse me. Okay. When I was upstairs, before I went downstairs, I asked about the dwarves.
Mhm.
She said she hasn't seen any dwarves here in 2 years, and even then she only saw one.
Oh, that ship old then.
That ship is super old, that dwarven freighter that we found. So I think we could consider going through, checking the dwarven freighter. If it's worth it and we can't really do anything with it, and we'd have to just scrap it or something, we take what we want. She doesn't know it's there. We leave the rest for her and her crew. And if we really do find our way into a, rough and tumble with these Rothians, whoever they are, we could arm every single person on Hades' crew with like super good weapons from what I saw down there, which was kind of my goal, was to be like, how many people could we arm through this smuggler? Because I don't think there's other places we could go to get arms, at least not in the system. So if we're really going to have like galactic warfare, I think I want to do friends. So anyways, that's what I was thinking, was we could trade additional data on the dwarven stuff. Go check it out first, because she doesn't know, or at least maybe we don't know if she knows, but
Yeah,
anyways,
she might
that was
not
the
have-
plan. That was the
yeah.
thinking. That was quick on the feet,
I mean, it's a good idea.
Oh no, I'm totally with you. I just got really excited about getting to like mess with the Banneker.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't know if you were able to like sneak a peek, but some of those guns were huge. Like,
I was
I don't
not.
even
You
know.
guys went down a bunch of stairs, so I didn't.
Yeah, and I tried to like maybe see if I could like get a password, but it's like retinal scanned and everything. It's crazy. So yeah, we're not getting in there without. Yeah, we're not getting in there without permission.
Oh, we just got to
But-
get our eye out.
Yeah, I guess technically that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I should have
I
been
mean, you
quicker on my
can
feet.
you can just lose an eye super easily.
We could just make one.
Adrienne, please remind me to never be on your bad side.
Exactly. She takes out a spoon.
All right. Back over at Dorian's place, you make it there, Hades, by yourself. You've kind of wandered through the streets kind of with the hood up and made it safely to Dorian's. The door is shut. What would you like to do?
Is he home, or is his daughter home?
There are lights on, but you don't hear anything.
Hello? Is anyone here?
Knock.
I will sit down and just look at the Pantheon. That's the statuette of the Pantheon that he has in his living room.
Take a picture of it.
Look at the one that's, I guess, supposed to be my father, and just kind of contemplate for a minute.
Okay.
And if no one shows up within 10 minutes, I'll probably how long would they have been gone to the pirate lady?
Oh, they probably spent a good half hour, 45 minutes over there.
Half hour. Okay. If no one shows up within 10 minutes, I'll probably shoot a text over to Elias saying, no one's home yet, but I'll still wait for you guys over here.
So as you're downloading the star charts, Elias, you get that text.
So, what are you doing?
You up?
When we get out, or
About-
done, I'll relay that to the group. It's like, by the way, I got a text. So Hades is just hanging out, waiting. So
About 20 minutes into your stay,
Mm-hmm.
from one of the back rooms, Dorian kind of lumbers out, and he seems to be like grabbing his arm, and he just kind of lumbers out. Oh, my lord Hades.
Dorian, are you okay?
Yes, I slipped and fell and hit my arm on a stair the other... Yes, I am fine.
Insight. That was a whole bunch of mess.
Insight.
Here we go. 19.
Yeah, he's not telling the truth. He looks like he's very obviously trying to make something up on the spot.
Dorian, it's not nice to lie. I just literally had to deal with a liar a few minutes ago. So,
And look what happened to him. He used to be
Yeah.
cockroaches.
and he's now trapped in purgatory. So,
I'm so sorry, my lord Hades. Yes, I was attacked on the way home by the mob, but it is fine. And he kind of puts his arm down, and you can see this like large gash in his arm.
I'll give him my last healing hand. It's like 5. It's not a lot, but
Oh, it feels fantastic, Lord Hades. Thank you so much.
I was. God damn it, Peter. You had to laugh. All right, but no, I was like, why does the mob attack you?
They seem to think that I am hiding you here. They barged in looking for you. And
Why are they looking for me?
in the tumble, they want to worship you, of course. But I did not know where you were, so in the scuffle I was injured. It's no big deal. They did not mean harm. They just are out of control. Is there something I can do for you, Lord Hades? Why are you here?
Well, you said your home was open to us.
Yes, it is. I just didn't expect to see you after the ritual.
No, I just came to inform you that the ritual went through, but I'm assuming you know your daughter is safe.
Oh, she has not returned home. I have been worried, but if you say she has not been used in the ritual, then I'm sure she's just out partying with her friends.
Yes. Some bishops came forward, and they were enough for the sacrifice.
Oh,
We also found another bishop that was putting in names that weren't willing.
I knew it! I knew that motherfucker was doing that. My daughter would never have put her name in willingly.
But he has been dealt with. He's not been eradicated, but he's serving some time in purgatory.
You have the mercy of a god. Of course.
A quick death would have been too easy.
And the vengeance of a god as well.
Now, I want to ask you, what do you know about the Rothians?
Oh, the Rothians are a vicious race. Species.
So I have heard.
They are organic beings that travel from planet to planet and consume resources.
Now, you have any data on them that we can download for ourselves?
Data. I have a personal data pad. It has access to the databases. It kind of works like a, what you call, internet.
I'm familiar, and I reach out for it.
Yes, here you go. And he hands it to you. You'll probably want to use Spoogle.
Right, and I will type in Rothians.
Google it.
What comes up in the autocomplete? Rothians, how to cook. Rothians, how to talk. Rothians, how to date.
Ruffians probably how to hide from.
How to hide? Yeah, how to
Do they
hide
like
from
me for me, or
ruffians.
are they only for me for my resources?
Yeah, as you pull them up, there is a almost like a wiki page that comes up on the Rothians, and it has a little.
Everything about this.
It has a picture of the different types of Rothians. You get a good solid image of the Rothian Primarchs, and there's different subspecies of Roth that come in, and you also get there's no picture, but you get an explanation of what the Rothian failures are. They are genetic experiments gone bad that have been abandoned by the Hive.
Yeah, I look at this and then I kind of download it.
Yeah, so you now have access to page 53 of the Dark Matter Manual.
For a couple seconds, the page only says you will all be assimilated, and then Ahmad fixes it.
And then I'll say thank you.
Yeah, it's very basic information about who the Rothian are as a species. It doesn't give a whole lot of details about their culture and stuff like that, but
Right. And but I will hand him back his data pad. Thank you.
of course, it is my pleasure to serve you.
You've been quite the host, and I thank you for helping us.
Of course.
Were you able to flip the shells, the titanium?
Yes, I have. The other, how much did we agree upon? I don't remember. 500,000 shells, right? The total was 1,000,000. I'm pretty sure. It has been a long day. My daughter has almost been sacrificed and things have happened, but I have a coin bag here.
I'll take it, and thank you. This will probably come very useful to us in the Poseidon system.
Imagining like puka shells.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Think how many necklaces we can make with that.
So nice.
By any chance, do you know anyone who deals in weapons? Seeing as I don't know about the whole pirate thing.
Well, if you are looking for registered weapons, there is a shop in the market that will provide you with some registered weapons.
I've been a little out of sorts, and I've been dealing with a different currency. Would 1,000,000 shells be enough to work with for a what kind of class ship do we have, Joe?
It is
Was the Banneker?
it was a capital, yeah.
Was it capital? Where we can outfit a capital ship?
I don't know that the weapon shop here would have weapons for ships. These are more personal defense and you know.
I think
Right.
I think it was like with 1,000,000. I just looked. I don't have it in my notes. With 1,000,000 shells, you could buy like a sixth of a ship, like a not a capital ship, like a regular ship.
Okay. I guess
Like a
me and
proper
my
ship, like a
compatriots
cruiser or something.
Yeah.
check out the we'll check it out. Also, how far are those mob guys from your home?
Oh, they left when they couldn't find you. They are no longer here. It is
the
fine.
other-
Lord Hades, please forgive them. They did not mean harm. They were just looking for you.
Oh, well, I should grace my subjects with my presence, shouldn't I?
Maybe go calm them down a little bit.
Yes, they probably returned to the pyramid. That is what they said. They last saw you at the pyramid and thought you were heading here, but when they couldn't find you, they probably returned.
Would I know, like, I would know offhand the symbol of Hades, right? Like
Mhm.
my symbol, like symbol of my father.
Mhm.
Um, do you have some metal around?
I'm sure we can find some. What do you need?
I just need one circular, about this size.
He starts kind of fumbling around with this work, and he holds up a little like coin. It's about that size.
Does it have something already on it, or?
It is imprinted, but it doesn't look like it's currency. It looks more like a token.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck E. Cheese's.
I was just gonna say.
I think it should actually be like, yeah, printed tickets.
All right. I will produce my void axe, and I will kind of shave off like the imprinting that's already on there,
Okay.
and I will sort of use my Omni tool to like kind of imprint the symbol of Hades on there.
Okay. So
And
yeah,
it will
you
also-
bzzz, and it kind of like melts it and then shapes it. And
Yeah. It's like, this is my symbol. Regardless if I do stay here, and I am here, you're under my protection.
that is most
Yes.
kind, Lord Hades.
If they hurt you again, let them know they will have my wrath and not my less forgiving nature.
Understood, Lord Hades, and thank you. He takes the medal from you and puts it in his pocket.
And I turn the void axe off, and I'm assuming around this time, because it probably would take me a minute to like carve that in. They would probably be arriving.
Yep, at this point you can hear them kind of talking as they approach Dorian's house. So you all have arrived at Dorian's house, and you're finishing up your conversation about the guns and everything, doing the ship and everything.
So as I'm telling you, if we can pin down the dwarven stuff, and then the war starts, we have lots of guns and all that stuff. Anyways, here's what my thinking is. Anyways, we should probably knock. Hello? Hello?
Like, before they knock, because I heard them coming, I like opened the door.
Oh, sweet. I love these doors that open automatically.
Me too.
Hey, we got the star charts.
Awesome.
You want to stay? I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. I would probably stay. This whole planet is like, I mean, you basically run this place without actually having to run the place because your aunt's doing it. It's like having a jacuzzi and not having to pay for electric bill.
You mean my sister is running it?
Aunt, sister.
Aunt, is it she or?
I look at you all.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
your
your
sister,
sister's running
yeah.
it.
The
I was
family
sorry.
tree is so complex. You know, sorry. Apologies, Lord Hades.
Pantheon. Pantheon.
Yeah, man. What do you can't? You know, as they say, God sisters can't live with them.
Can't live without
Literally
him.
can't live without them. So,
Literally.
right. Anyways,
I look at the bishop and I was like, you. I
Yes.
need you to stay out of trouble for the time being.
I will do everything in my power to stay out of trouble for you, Lord Hades.
Right.
It is through your grace that I have been returned to my form, and I am so grateful for that.
Good. This is Dorian.
Dorian, so good to see you, my friend.
Sup.
Oh God. What have I done? Dorian clearly does not like this guy. Oh man. He's the reason why he died and had to come back.
Can we go buy some hats?
Yes. Well, you guys have the other half of the shells that we got from Dorian, and I have the other half. He's was able to flip, like he said, and we now have the combined total of 1 million shells.
Okay. We have 1 million shells.
We should spend some on at least some on big cool hats.
Well, yes, but I was also gonna see about going to the market and seeing what weapons they have to upgrade myself. I'm feeling like spoiling myself.
We can do that.
If you
So,
wish to
really?
visit the market, you will probably have to wait till tomorrow, as it is now nighttime.
Right.
Yeah, we should also send a signal to
Yeah.
you know, the
Right.
big guy upstairs. You know who I'm talking about, Lord Hades. Probably
Why don't-
related.
No,
Why don't we just?
go back to the ship?
Yeah.
Or we could get rooms down here. That would be so
Or-
cool.
or I could just, not wake up to a bunch of people in my room or outside my door.
We could just stay here.
Well, about that, Dorian was attacked by the mob.
What?
It is fine, he
mob?
healed me.
There's a mob?
An elephant? An elephant mob? That sounds terrible. Was he trampled?
Well, you meant like the mob or like a mob of people?
It was the mob that was at the pyramid.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
I
misinterpreted
imagined a
it.
whole bunch of guys
I
like
was like-
West Side Story, just like,
Yeah.
we want to worship him.
I was under the- yeah, same
It's
here.
like, bust your
I'm gonna make
kneecaps.
you an offer you can't refuse.
No, the mob
Day
of
of my-
people.
Okay,
Yeah, the
like-
mob of elephants.
Okay, yeah. On the day of my
I
daughter's
want 20
sacrifice.
peanuts at my do it by tomorrow. But we're never gonna see the end of this. Take you for your ivory.
I literally thought that's what he was talking about. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
man,
Yeah,
this
so
fucking, like-
yeah, the mob, as in the mob of people who've been following me around, hurt Dorian, and though I have given him a token of my protection, I'd rather not put his family into any more trouble. So
Like,
and I also want to sleep in my own bed. So we will be here tomorrow.
Adriani
Get
says
some
she's
more
gonna.
party
supplies.
pooper.
Adriani says if you piss her off, she's gonna gouge your eyes out.
I have spoons.
Oh, one should not speak to Lord Hades in such a manner.
Sorry. We were talking to Elias.
No, I wasn't. I was totally talking to Lord Hades, and I
Oh wow.
treated
Oh
him in
yeah.
that manner.
All right, I'm gonna go wait outside. You guys tell me where you're going.
Anyway, as I roll my eyes, Dorian, thank you for letting us stay here.
Of course, it is my honor.
But I don't want to pit your family through any much, and with you having your daughter, I don't want her getting hurt either.
I'm sure
So-
she will do things to herself. Crazy as she is.
Right.
Have you heard the term YOLO? She shouts it all the time. It's fucking annoying.
Oh, hey! Speaking of, I used to love these when I was little, and I thought I would give her a little present in case we don't see her for some time. And I hand him my little, like, one of those slap bracelets.
Oh,
Like a
Bannock-
holographic slap bracelet.
what
It'd say like
is-
Galactic Academy 2020 on it.
Nope.
what is this?
The cake is a lie.
Oh, it's jewelry, see? And I show him how it works.
Fabulous. I don't suppose you have any more.
Oh, heck yeah, I've got plenty.
Just gonna reintroduce the 90s to this.
He gets a striped neon yellow and blue one.
Holographic neon, blue and yellow. This is, and he just keeps taking it off and putting it on. This is fantastic.
Wrap around its snout.
Yeah, let's make it to the Bannekar. And we need to inform them as soon as possible anyway.
Well, you have a fantastic trip back to the stars, my friend.
And I hope you don't go to the stars anytime soon.
Thank you.
And then I will
Okay.
may Mount Olympus smile upon you and your family.
What is Mount Olympus?
My home.
Ah, you have many homes, I hear.
Yeah.
I love that this slap bracelet is also a ruler.
I love how you have a
ruler.
slap bracelet within reach at this point.
That's a foot. That's a foot right there.
Fruit by the foot. Anyway,
Oh,
God, it's so
I got
good.
some of that in my fanny pack too, and some gushers, baby.
Oh gosh.
so you
These
all
are
head back.
10,000-year-old gushers.
It was like,
No, they're still making gushers in the new age. That's what it is.
They'll never die.
So you head back and you
Fanny
get to
pack
the docking bay and you return to your chariot.
right.
And yeah, the little gizmos are kind of running around preparing it for liftoff. They're not fueling it.
No, they aren't.
Hey, Quinn,
Yeah.
mind if I take us up?
What was like
I-
our landing like not good or something? What?
No, I just have-
one.
I
You give a
haven't-
guy, man. Yeah, one bad
No,
day.
I haven't flown in a while, and
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. That's no problem. You can fly. So go ahead and have a seat. I'll give you a rundown. So this is how you turn it on. This is.
I know, like,
Oh,
I'm
okay. I was
used
just checking.
pilot. I
I
know
was just,
how
I
to-
was just checking. Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's no fighter jet, but I know.
Oh, this thing does not handle like a fighter jet.
Can I do real quick though? Make sure the ship does get fuel somehow before we leave. Just
Also, Adrian, do me a favor. Go check to make sure no crazy zealots like put a bomb on our ship.
good idea. Yeah, I'll look for a bomb just in case.
Okay,
I'll
roll
help
an
her,
investigation.
since I'm not piloting. I'll
And
help you. You can roll twice.
Yep, with advantage.
Advantage for me. Okay, investigation, you said?
Yep.
I can read fast. Yes, I can. 15.
Okay. You circle around and you check everything, and you got this little like mirror on a stick, and you're like looking
I
underneath.
do some scans, maybe.
Yeah, and you use your Omni tool, and you don't pick up anything. There doesn't seem to be any threat to your chariot. And you also spend that time making sure that it has a full tank of fuel.
We're good. Clear to go.
Buckle up.
All right. So the chariot lifts off and begins to kind of take off on on its journey, and I need you to roll your piloting.
I got a 20.
Is that natural or not natural?
Non-natural.
Okay.
Earned it.
So you lift up, and it's a smooth takeoff, and you kind of rotate and take off into the atmosphere, and you find this nice spot where there's no turbulence, and you just kind of right through the atmosphere into space, and you're heading straight for the Bannekar.
I'll go on comms like, this is Chariot. What is it? Chariot 1. Hades with crew. We're heading back to the Bannekar. I need to speak to the captain immediately if they're available. On board.
Hey, this is Alfie. You're clear for landing. I'll let the captain know that you need to speak to the captain in the debriefing room as soon as you dock up there, Hades. Everything's cool here. How's it going?
Inside? He sounded like he's like, it's like everything's here. It's fine. How are you? Oh, I got like a 14.
Okay. You heard a little bit of nervousness and curiosity in his voice. Like, you're not used to Alfie being on the comms like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there didn't seem to be like nervousness or anything.
Okay. Everything's kind of fine. It's confusing, but are you okay, Alfie?
Yeah, I'm good. It's kind of boring up here by myself. You guys on your way back? Yeah, you said you need permission to land. You're clear to land. Everything's cool here, and the captain will meet you in the debriefing room.
Okay.
He's always like that, Hades.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I find the docking bay.
Yeah, so you land into the docking bay where Beats is used to living, his home away from home, and
within the home.
yeah, so you land the chariot and unpack yourselves, undo the the seat belts and the bracing mechanisms, and that's where we're going to end this episode of Sunrunners. We'll begin next week as you have reboarded the Bannekar and want to talk to the captain, so we'll start in the debriefing room. So,
Awesome.
Cool.
yeah.
We've solved the Lord Hades puzzle.
Yes, we solved your Pantheon puzzle.
So thank
I
you
was
so
hoping
much.
that-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just hoping that we could all ascend to be gods, but 1 out of 5 is not bad.
Yeah. Oh, also, I
Campaign's
gave
early. I mean,
Well, too.
I gave the guy that got his body restored. I want to trade digits with him, but in a completely friendly way. Can be pen pals.
Penthouse
Yeah, he gave you his datapad IP.
192.
So yeah, thank you for joining us for this episode of Sunrunners. Be sure you tune in every Sunday for our live event, and check out our past episodes at thenerdasylum.com/sunrunners. And if you're enjoying this if you're enjoying this show, sorry, I totally spaced there for a second. If you're enjoying this show, make sure you leave us a review. Tell us how you feel about this show. You can always donate by clicking the link below and going to extralife.com/participant/the Nerdasylum. Links are below and on our website. You can go to thenerdasylum.com/charity to check out more on that. We're almost halfway to our $5,000 goal, so help us out with that. Make sure you check out demiplane.com for all your gaming needs.
Matchmaking needs.
Yeah. They got not just D&D, but all kinds of games available there to hook up with fellow like-minded nerds and play some awesome games. Make sure you are checking out Sirenscape for all your audio, D&D, fantasy, sci-fi, and board gaming audio needs. Sirenscape is awesome. And yeah, that's it for us. So, as always, have a great time, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.